Welcome to another exciting episode of Art Check, the home where we tackle issues environmental. And today our main focus is on art and conservation. How these two blending still remains a mystery. But today we have an expert, Dominic, who is going to explain to us how exactly he merges conservation and art.
In the sky are also on the faces of people going by.
Do we call this creation, or what exactly do we call this?
So according to me, I call this contemporary art because I do it so that I can at least earn a living, and also it's environmental friendly. So that's how I call it, contemporary art.
Contemporary art,
Yeah.
which is, at the end of the day, it's a source of employment, I guess.
Yeah.
But what made you start doing this project? You know, there's always that idea, the reason as to why this?
So first of all, I was born in Kisii, and Kisii is famously known for this stone called soapstone. And my father does this for a living as well. He's an artist and he's a sculptor. So all along in my young life, I came to learn what my dad does, and I didn't realize that it's my talent until I went to high school and enrolled in art and design, and I found out that I could draw so well and I could sculpt. So I saw it's a good thing. It's my talent, so I can't waste it. I'm doing it with passion and from childhood up to now.
Okay, so you've talked of this. Creating all this is all about the stone, which is a soapstone. Could you probably elaborate to our viewers how do you extract soapstone, and making sure that this is, you told me it's renewable, like it does regenerate. So how do we go about that?
So first of all, soapstone is a metamorphic rock, and it is deposited in Kenya. It's deposited in Kisii County, and this is a great treasure. I think we should call it the eighth wonder of the world. So this stone actually, it's the mining mainly that is done there is open cast mining, but now there's a regulation. I'm an environmentalist first of all, so we can't just mine and leave the land bare. So it's open cast, but a regulated one, and a strictly regulated one. Yeah. That's how it's mined. And then after mining, you know, the stones are there in blocks, they're shapeless. We take the stones from the mining sites, then we take them to our carving areas. So we can come up with designs, we can just decide and say, if I want to make something like this is a giraffe. So we don't need to sketch or anything because the image is already in our heads, and we've done this more again and again. So we do handwork mostly, and we carve various items from the stone. For instance, it's a family of four, father, mother, and two children. So we drill in here using chisels, and then after drilling, the work is not over yet. So after drilling, we use sandpapers in stages. We use like 6 sandpapers to make it that smooth. After that, depending to the preference of the customers, we can leave it plain. For instance, this is not even painted, it's only applied the wax to make it's natural. And some people prefer colorful items. For instance, these flowers, it's really colored. We use dyes mostly, and the dyes we dilute them with spirit. So after the dyes, then we draw using knife and marker pen. So that is all about the background of making this.
Okay, but you know, mining comes with the impacts it does on the environment. But mining soapstone, what exactly are the impacts of mining soapstone?
So first of all, in this world of ours today, art is inevitable. Art is inevitable at all. You cannot say that I don't want something beautiful in my wall, I don't want something nice in my cupboard. So according to me, soapstone causes least harm to the environment as compared to carving of trees. You know, carving of trees causes biodegradation. We end up losing tree species and the plant species. But now carving a rock is not something living. So it causes least harm to the environment. That is my perspective as an environmentalist and as a sculptor.
Okay, you've talked about this is a rock that does regenerate, and it does create jobs. So what are the impacts of such kind of mining to the economy?
So first of all, this is a great treasure. This is a great treasure to the country that it should take serious, and the Kisii County itself should also take this so serious. First of all, young people, even the street children, can go and learn how to draw. They can be drawing for us these items, and we can be paying them so well. Also, people can learn how to carve these items, and that will be a source of income. Then tourists do come there, both local tourists and international tourists. They do come to our place to buy these. So if many people get to do this type of art, they will end up at least getting something for their living. And also I think the government should support these people. So maybe the street children, this is an opportunity. For instance, there's nothing that should be going to waste. There's nobody that is wasteful. Even other governments take the prisoners to work for road to make roads. So even us, those people who we think that cannot benefit or cannot work so much, can do better things that everybody will appreciate. Such kind of art, which is well paying, I think.
Okay. Talk of well-paying, and it's a source of employment. And you've talked about the degradation. But one thing about the government is, do you think this is the next real deal? Like this is the next thing we should be doing with our lives? Apart, should we just like sit back and say with no more wood carving, we should now do such kind of rocks?
Okay, first of all, to do this, my view is from when maybe organizations, schools and institutions, maybe they have visitors, but these people go buying gifts from maybe China, plastic gifts, or even trophies that are not made even in Kenya. But people could say that instead of buying those items, why can't we buy our own hand-worked items? For instance, this soapstone. If somebody gives you such a giraffe as a gift, who will not appreciate? So if our own people start promoting themselves, like buying Kenya and building Kenya, buying our own and building our own, I think it will take us to milestones.
Milestones. And also, you've said this is your source of income, your family has been into. Do you think like it should be, youth should venture into this to avoid the joblessness that we have in the country?
Exactly. Myself, I'm an environmental science student. But this one as well, it has paid my school fee ever since I was young up to now. So it's not something to take for granted. This stone, let's say if many people were doing this, maybe many people could be in the university the way I am. Maybe many people will be in schools the way I am. So this is a great chance that people should take serious and explore this. Currently, the stone is not so much explored. It's maybe 20%, and mostly it's handwork that has been done there. So no machine work has been involved mostly. Yeah.
But from you talked of course you're an environmental activist, and what do you think the government should do to make sure that the regulation is on tree cutting and also wood carving is put on hold or just banned?
Okay, first of all, according to me, if I was that person in charge, what I will do? First of all, we have tree species that are suitable for carving. So instead of going and destroying those tree species that are suitable for carving, why can't we take the seeds of those trees and plant big nurseries and maybe plant others for commercial purposes like carving, instead of going and destroying the natural habitats which occurred naturally. So I think I will plant a lot of the commercial trees to avoid destruction of the natural ones. And I will also encourage people to carve this stone because it causes least harm to the environment if carving of trees is inevitable at all.
Dominic, I've heard you're optimistic about this next, making soapstone or the next big thing. Do we have a long way to go when it comes to achieving that?
First of all, it's very easy. Once the government supports people with this, for instance, if I want to go and do this business outside the country, the government should give me a visa, or somebody else should get a visa, which is trading visa. Go out there and sell these items. At the long run, the benefit will be coming to our own country. And we will be expanding our own market. For instance, even in Africa itself, somebody can be going to South Africa with these, in any other country with this, but now the problem comes in the visas. So I think the government itself should be giving such support to people, and also financial support. Setting this is not so easy. You have to have at least a premise. You have to have at least some capital. So such things should be taken into consideration so that we can at least uplift our own country and obtain sustainability.
Okay. Your parting shot.
So my parting shot is, this is a great opportunity. both the youth and everybody else in the society who thinks that he or she is not productive. This is the thing that everybody should go into, and art is inevitable. Let's also promote our own. Instead of going buying trophies from outside the country, let's buy our own contemporary art and promote our own. So we should buy Kenya and build Kenya.
Okay. When it comes to conservation, your parting shot on conservation of the environment.
Okay, on the environment parts, what we should do, we should cause least harm or no harm to the environment, because we have no other world. This is the only world that we have, and everybody should